there was also these parts of the play that were kind of like these generic experiences, I think, of just Japanese Americans in general. So it made it feel both personal, familiar, but then also like I was learning something new that I was unaware of. So all of those things happening together really just drew me in. Also, the fact that it's such a small kind of venue, the way they put it together, with all the seats on the stage, the intimacy of that, it just, all of these things, it just increased the immediacy of what was happening. And I think it just drew me in a way that I just don't know how to put words to it. My professional work, I'm a therapist, so all my work is all about transformation. And then seeing the way that this happened on stage with Kemi, the main protagonist, who had these very strong ideas of what it means to give voice to an experience, to speak out on it, and then to have these moments, both with the other protagonist, who was played by Kennedy, and these characters that she had written. She's having these dialogues with these characters, and Kemi's her thinking changes around what it means to both give voice to our experiences, but also seeing strength in a person's decision to not tell their story. And that moment of somebody having a very strong kind of dogmatic point of view on something, and then that view expanding is, to me, I think it's what I try and help my clients have in therapy. And to see this thing playing out on stage is just so beautiful. Yeah.
My last question is, what would you say to your friends to convince them to come?
I would just say that the show is magical. To go in with an open mind, not expecting anything specific, but just to trust that something special is going to happen. And to be, yeah, that it's not like anything I've ever experienced before in terms of a theatrical production. So just go with an open mind, and just be ready to be impacted in an unexpected way, I guess, is the best thing I can think of.
And truth be told, I'm not someone who generally is interested in plays or loves plays, so I was really delightfully surprised and moved by Tales of Clamor. And I think as someone who is Chinese Vietnamese American, I wasn't sure what this play would mean for me or how I would relate to it. But there were so many themes that I felt like were relevant to my existence and to my community's experiences. But then also, I got to learn so much more in a really embodied, deep way about what it could have possibly been like for folks at camp, and all the generations that have come after. Portion, I was sort of confused when I saw the circus elements, and I wasn't sure how it would all tie together, but it all tied together very organically. And I think what I really appreciated is, for instance, the tightrope scene, which is very memorable, as each of the actors are walking across. The fact that I know that they were feeling the actual feelings of what it might have felt like to have to testify by walking over that tightrope helped me be able to feel it in my body too.
What would you say to your friends to encourage them to come to the show?
I would really encourage people to come and experience something that is feels innovative and integrates so many different elements of what it's like to just sort of be in the world.
I wanted to come because I had heard that it was about finding your voice and amplifying it, and that's something that really drew me in. I was like, ooh, I gotta go see that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I loved that how brave the characters were. You know, I feel like it was kind of inviting me to be that brave myself. You know what I mean? Like it was calling to me in that way. And that was what was most impressive to me about this play, this beautiful play. I'm walking away with more beauty, I think a more open heart. I think more of like a commitment to be courageous, you know. And I am gonna really only say 5 things. I just think I just kind of like that whole appreciation for like sense of beauty and movement that they were capturing for us there, and also just like love for community. You know how we like. It was awesome. I was like, oh my gosh, go peoples. Yeah, but just like just being nourished by community and